So here we're continuing from last video, and I want to just show you how I do the sanding process. So here I'm just taking my sander. I'm not going on the full setting. I'm actually going on a lower setting, maybe 3 or 4 out of 7 or 8. And I'm going to try to get this as even looking as possible. Now ideally, you're going to really want to hand sand this, because even though it takes a lot longer, you'll be able to control much more how even it looks. In this case, I'm taking the easier route, but I am risking a little bit that it doesn't come out as even. The main issue when using a machine is when you're working around the sides and the edges, where it tends to take off a lot of the color, and you end up having the edges going more to the bare wood, which is also an interesting look. I'll try to post a picture of a guitar that happened like that, but it's not as nice as if you have it even going through the whole thing. On this guitar I was actually pretty successful not to sand through too much on the sides, which is good, but it's definitely easier if you hand sand. If you see now, when it comes to the sides, I'm going to use the sandpaper and be more careful, try to get it even, to try to not sand too much of the sides. With sandpaper and your hand use, you have a lot more control on what's happening. Here I'm showing you that since I have that clear over the sides, I'm able to really sand relatively easily the parts that are got some excess dye on it. Now we're adding our third layer of dye, and we're getting just a gorgeous color. We're adding a pink on top of those 2 layers of blues, and we're getting just a beautiful purple. And really you could do a burst between a blue and a purple. Not a burst, but like a fade. I'm just going to go all purple here. I ended up making the pink a little darker, and I did it on the neck, which made the guitar body a lot more purpley than the neck. The neck is more on the blue side. It's still a beautiful body, and I think the neck is going to match it very well anyway, once all the hardware is on, especially because the back is the beautiful Carina, so you'll have the more bluish neck on the back and the purplish on the front, purple body. Trying to get it as even as I could, and I'm probably going to use either sandpaper or even a Bounty or a brown paper bag to try to even it out as much as possible. This guitar has the faux binding, as you'll see in the end, that is natural. The back of it is Carina, and the front is this beautiful color. Now I'm adding some denatured alcohol just to make it pop and to see what's going on in the wood, and it's looking really beautiful. Not a perfect piece of wood, a little blotchy, but ultimately when we put the sanding sealer on and the clear coat, it's going to look really, really beautiful. Now I'm using the Bounty to just smoothen things out. Bounty is a little rough, so it serves a little bit as like almost like steel wool, very fine steel wool. You can use a brown paper bag